Hello students, today we are going to do revision of chapter 1, that is fundamental unit of life, as this chapter is going to come in your periodic test. So number 1 topic is cells. What are cells? Cells are the basic units of life. So what are cells? Cells are the basic unit of life. Cells make up the smallest level of a living organism such as yourself and other living things. So why cell is called as the basic unit of life? Because cell is the smallest structural and functional unit of life. Any organism begin its life from a cell. That's why cell is considered as a basic smallest unit of life. The cellular level of an organism is where the metabolic processes occur that keep the organism alive. So why cell is called as the basic and structure unit of life? Because it provides structure to the organism and perform all the metabolic processes that are occurring in our body. That is why the cell is called the fundamental unit of life. All the metabolic activities that are happening in our bodies, that are all controlled by cell, as the body mechanism is that cell divides and forms divides into many numbers and forms tissue. Then many tissue collects, then divides into forming organs. Then many organs combines and form organ system, and then many organ system build up an organism. So in this way we can say that life has started from a smallest unit, that is cell. It was discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665 in cork slice with the help of primitive microscope. Firstly, the first person who has discovered the cell was Robert Hooke. He discovered this cell in 1665 in a cork slice with the help of primitive microscope, and that was discovered by Robert Hooke, and with his self-invented microscope he saw some apartments-like structure of cell through a cork slice. Now types of cells. Cells are of two types, prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. Now what are prokaryotic cells? Prokaryotic cells are those in which absence of nucleus, in which nucleus is absent, and these are unicellular in nature. It consists of only one chromosomes, and membrane bound cell organelles are absent. Membrane bound cell organelles means like mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, these all are absent in prokaryotic cell. Whereas in eukaryotic cells, nucleus is well developed, these are multicellular, and more than one chromosomes are present. We can say that chromosomes are not bound in nucleus. In prokaryotic cells, chromosomes are naked. Only one chromosome is present, and that is also naked. Naked why? Because it is not bounded by any membrane. In eukaryotic cells, more than one chromosomes are present. Membrane bound cells are present in eukaryotic cells like Golgi apparatus, mitochondria, ribosome, these all are present in eukaryotic cells. Now in prokaryotic cells, cell size is very small. The size of cells are very small. In eukaryotic cells, size is bigger than the prokaryotic, and it also depends on the type of organisms. Cell division occurs by budding or fusion in prokaryotic cells, and cell division occurs through mitosis and meiosis in eukaryotic cells. There are some examples of prokaryotics. Bacteria, archaea. Archaea is a kind of bacteria, only belongs to similar family, and blue-green algae. These are the examples of prokaryotic cell, and examples of eukaryotic cells, plants, animals, protists, etc. These are the example of eukaryotic cells. Now, on the basis of number of cells, organisms are divided into two types, unicellular organisms, multicellular organisms. What are unicellular organisms? The organisms which are made up of only one cell are called unicellular organism. Means the whole body performance, or we can say all the metabolic activities of an organism depended on one cell. That's why these are called as unicellular organism. For example, amoeba, paramecium, etc. So whatever the processes are taking place in amoeba are dependent only on single cell. That's why it is considered as a unicellular organism. Now multicellular organism, the organisms which are made up of more than one cell are called multicellular organisms. So on Other than unicellular organism, the organisms which are composed of more than one cell are called multicellular organisms. For example, plants, animals, fungi, etc. So these were the organisms divided on the basis of number of cells. Now the very important part of the cell, that is cell membrane or plasma membrane. Cell membrane is also called as plasma membrane. The outermost covering of the cell, what it is? Cell membrane is the outermost covering of the cell. It is also called selectively permeable membrane because it allows the needed particles to enter or exit the cell. Plasma membrane is also called as the selectively permeable membrane because only the needed part can exit or enter the cell. It is made up of lipids and proteins. This of what thing cell membrane is composed of? The cell membrane is made up of lipids and proteins. Its flexibility enables cells to engulf in food and other form the external environment. This process is called endocytosis. Amoeba acquire food through this process. And what is the other property of cell membrane? That its flexibility enables cell to engulf in food. It is little bit of flexible so that it can engulf the food particles from the external environment. This process is called endocytosis. So this process is known as endocytosis, and the very good example of endocytosis is amoeba. Amoeba expands its pseudopodia and engulf the food particle near it. That's why amoeba acquire food through this process. And this is the answer to the question also. A question is also given, how does amoeba acquire food? So amoeba acquire food through the process of endocytosis. Now other topic is cell wall. It is another rigid outer covering in addition to the plasma membrane found in plant cell, and the cell wall is found only in plant cell. It is absent in animal cell. It is another rigid outer covering in addition to plasma membrane. Means in plant cell two layers are present, that is cell wall and plasma membrane, and cell wall is very rigid in nature. It is composed of cellulose, and the cell wall is composed of cellulose. Cellulose is a kind of complex material of which cell wall is composed of. It permits the cell of plant, fungi and bacteria to withstand very dilute external media without bursting. And what is its function? That cell wall, firstly it provides strength to the plant cell, rigidity to the cell, and can withstand very dilute external media without bursting. So these are some of the properties of cell wall.